I'm Jasmine, and I've just graduated from the University of Salford doing graphic design, and I'm currently, and I'm currently doing an internship at E3 Creative. So every opportunity is an opportunity. Before my last year, I went to Thailand to find myself, as everybody does, going to Thailand. But actually, my mom's from Thailand, so I actually wanted to know more about my culture. And you're wondering, how does this relate to me getting where I am today? So I went from being with elephants to making poo paper from elephants to making design work for the company that I was traveling with. And the way he briefed it was, I want some new design work. It'll be great. Can you make it look edgy, cool? So that's what I did. And basically, it all messed up. He decided to tell me that, how does this relate? I do graphics, sorry, I'm a bit nervous. He used my work to open up his own camp, which obviously was really bad, but also I learned a few things. A, how to price yourself, because everyone's just like, I don't know how to charge people. Like, what do? Do I hourly rate? And one of my friends said to me, why should you charge yourself as an hourly rate? Like, some people work quicker than others. Like, why should you give yourself a maximum of £10 an hour, £12 an hour? You'll learn to do this by yourself. When it's your friends, you're thinking, okay, you don't have to charge them as much. But when it's big companies, you're like, you can push the boundaries, it's okay, it's fine. And the same with people wanting to go freelance. It's scary. As soon as you come out of uni, you just don't know what to do. And you learn how to do your invoices, how to sign up. So before I went into my last year of uni, this is something that I learned. Right, with that, because I was struggling with this guy, I didn't know what I was doing. I got myself a mentor who is in here, Liv. I don't know where she is. Woo! I just want to say thank you to Liv. She helped me along the way. And basically, our university set up a mentorship scheme. And my lecturer is in here right now. And there's a few students that are going to walk about with leaflets. And if anyone's interested in wanting to be a mentor, please help us fellow students out. Because being a mentor, it helps you, or helps the students, on how to be a better person, how to develop with your design skills. So this is one of the students that had a mentor. And she said, having a mentor helps you understand how agencies work in terms of other people, from copywriters, account managers, and creative directors. Another student said, my mentor was more honest with me. I was told when things weren't working out, which I respected because I was then giving constructive feedback. A mentor, I'm not sure if anyone knows Olivia Downing. She's part of Chicks in Advertising. She currently spoke here a couple of months ago. In terms of my own development, I'm trying to set a good example to her, and she's such an amazing creative herself. It's really inspired me to be better. I hope the mentorship schemes carries on, as I found it personally and professionally very fulfilling. Another one from a mentor was, I think this is from my mentor. I wanted to mentor because it's good to be able to share what you've learned and be able to give advice. I definitely have benefited from it when I was if I was a student. And then last one. Sometimes I think our industry can be quite quick to judge people and their work. So rather than doing that, helping and guiding each other should be what we're aiming for, if that makes sense. Which is true, because I feel like when you're trying to apply for jobs, it's really difficult because they're always looking for someone that's like a senior. And you need to give us that opportunity to get our foot in the door. And being a mentor, they need to be the people to train us so we can get our foot in that door in the first place. So I'm going to show you something really embarrassing now. With my mentor, she taught me how to select your briefs, because in uni, they teach you how to develop your skills. But my mentor taught me how to apply my skills to projects, because everyone's creative. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure everyone in here is creative. That's why we're all here, right? But how do you know what projects to pick for your portfolio? And when people are given briefs, they're thinking, yes, I want to do that one because it looks fun. But in my head, my mentor told me, you need to think in the long run. So if you're applying for places, you need to have an idea like where you want to go, what you want to do. And for me, I'm thinking, right, there's people in the industry that their portfolio is based on like traveling, insurance, this and that. So I decided to pick a brief to do with Transpennine Express. There was a guy that came in, he set the brief, and the brief was create an exciting map, create a better way of like searching around. So I made this really embarrassing video, and it's because I was traveling, but this video happened to be the best thing I could have possibly have done, because it gave me an internship being there. And there was there we go, sorry. This is the work that I produced for them, basically. And doing this internship, it made me realize where I wanted to be, where I didn't want to be, because I was working there on Wednesdays, only once a week, and it was unpaid. And it's really frustrating because I hate it. I hate that there's places out there that are trying to take on students that are unpaid. Like, stop it. Students need to be paid. Like, how can you take on someone that is not, like, if you care about us that much as a student and you want us to work, then you should take us on and pay us. So, again, I can't deny, I'm not going to lie, I didn't enjoy this internship, but I did learn a lot. And the guy that hired me, like, he was a very nice guy, but he was very crafty. And you're going to come across people in life that just want you, not because they think you're good, they just want you to be there, and they don't care. And without applying for this internship, I wouldn't have known that. And that's why companies need to hire students, just so we can get life experience, like that experience that some places can't give you. Moving on, in my last year of uni, we did networking events, or not working as you call it in Glug. And what we did was, instead of having a degree show, we had networking events where we wanted the industry people to come in and look at our portfolios and just assess our work. And I'm not sure how many industry people are in here tonight, but I know that University of Salford, the graphic students worked so hard to create a theme. And our theme was Deadline Day. And the idea behind this was that survival, we're in our last year of uni, hire us. And the idea, we handed out our invitations, and please don't ignore those invitations. You might not want to hire us at the time, but it's important that you come, because as students, you need that feedback. And if you want to hire us in the future, we need to know why you want to hire us. So if I want to give any feedback to students, if you're going to do networking events and show your portfolio, don't just take digital, don't take take iPads with you and your laptops or wherever it is, but take physical stuff with you. Like, when you're there, they're like trying to look at the screen and they're trying to zoom in. But if they've got it right in front of you, already they're hooked by it. So if you make anything physical, just take it. Like, what have you got to lose by taking all this physical stuff with you? And by networking, you get to know people. Like, I'm here today, not because of my grades, but because I knew someone, through someone. I'm here because I was outside in the last Glug event in the smoking area, and Alex was like, do you want to go on the next one? I'm just like, yeah, sure, why not? That's fine. And when I was at my first Glug, which was actually this time last year, I was sat on the table with E3. Little did I know that I'd meet Katie, who's sitting in the crowd, and I now work with her, and I didn't even know I'd even work with Katie. So please, networking is so important. Okay, so my next thing is, you need to apply to everything and anything, because when you apply, you don't know how many opportunities are there. And it's better to have all the opportunities there so that you can turn them down if you don't want them, rather than wishing you hadn't have applied for them in the first place. So in my last year, I applied for loads of stuff. And the one that I thought I wanted the most, I hated the most. I went there, I tried it out, didn't like it. And then I came across E3, which is where I'm working now. And my boss came in, and he, gave us a brief, and the brief was to create a better UX. So I handed off my Transpennine Express work, and 4 of us got shortlisted, and I eventually got the job. And when I was there, I was up against my fellow students, and you've got to fight for your place. And I feel bad because I was up against my friends. But, this was a digital company, and I don't do digital work. And I was thinking, I don't fit here. Like, the person that I was up against, she does UX. The other person that I was up against does digital. And I'm like, why have they picked me? And when I went there for the interview, I explained that I wasn't the best, but you've got to be passionate about what you do, because if you're willing to learn, then they're willing to teach you. And that's something massive that you've got to remember. So being there, applied for this job, didn't like it. Before I applied, I thought I didn't like it. I got there, and it's the best opportunity I've been given because I've learned so many new things. Being at uni, they did teach me that social media is an important thing. And I never used Twitter up until I finished uni. So I was thinking, how can I use Twitter to keep up to date with what I'm doing? So I've been trying to keep a record of new things that I've been learning at my internship. And these are just a few of the tweets that I've done. You can follow me on Twitter, but it's a bit boring of me. But I broke down in work 2 weeks ago because I didn't know how to design a website. And that's not a bad thing because I was surrounded by so many people, and you've got to remember that when you finish uni, that it's going to be okay. Whatever happens, it's going to be okay. In uni, you're probably going to have a breakdown, and you're going to think, shit, I'm not going to be able to make it. That's how I felt in work, but it's going to be okay. And then, with uni, you work with deadlines, and, you have to meet those deadlines. It has to be done. And that's a different stress, because when you're in the working world, I've learned that, okay, there is a deadline, and you've got to stick to it to somewhat. But if you miss it, it's not the end of the world. And that's it's just a massive relief. So whatever happens, it's going to be okay. I made my first website a few months ago. I would never have been able to do that. I never thought I would have done that if I said that 6 months ago. So to tie up my presentation, I just wanted to give some advice for students and to the industry that want to take on students. So these were quotes from fellow students. So when going for an interview and talking about your portfolio, be confident. You've designed this work, you should be able to talk about it. Don't accept the first job that comes along. Make sure it's right for you. Best advice is to get out and talk to the industry professionals. Again, that's just talking up about just networking. You'll know someone through somebody else again. And then get involved with as many projects, competitions, live briefs, events, etc. as possible. They teach you a lot, and you never know when an opportunity might pop up. Advice for the industry. Don't offer unpaid placements. Students generally have less money. They cannot afford to have unpaid and still, they can't afford to be unpaid and still live. We have to pay bills too. I'd just like you all to know that I'm way more poorer now, and I'm getting paid. And I don't know how that's happened, because I feel as a student, you should be way in your overdraft, but no, I'm way more in my overdraft right now. This is why the industry need to pay. All right. This is my pet hate. When the job role says 1 year experience, like, give us that 1 year experience. Like, let us have that 1 year experience, because maybe we may be more helpful than you think. Like, the only reason why I could think like an industry wants 1 year experience is because like they're scared of like teaching people. Like, it might take up time that they might need to teach that new person. But actually, like, even though I graduated as a graphic designer, I'm currently hired as an agency intern. I'm actually doing a bit of everything, and I've realized that there's so much more things that I'm capable of doing that I didn't even realize that I was good at being at this at this agency. So please, if there's industry people out there, please give the student a fighting chance to earn to be there. Set live briefs for universities. These were the projects I learned from the most and get involved. And then I thought this was hilarious. There's a guy in work that sent this to us, and he's like, isn't it mad how a 14-week project to create a set of posters doesn't set you up for a proper job in it? I just thought it was hilarious, because some people do pick posters to do their projects, and I'm not gonna lie, like, uni is like a stepping stone, and I'm sure not everyone's gone to uni but are still in the working world, but I don't think anything will ever prepare you, and you've just got to wing it. Just be passionate and just be brave, like, just enjoy it. So, sorry for being nervous, but I'm Jasmine, and thank you very much.